Today I'm going to finish this dog that we started in the last video. I'm going to start doing his muzzle area. So for that I'm going to get the Walnut Brown, and just where these main first sections are, I'm just going to map those in first, like that. So I want this area to stay quite light. So by the time you blend out a very light layer in here, it will look quite a nice light natural colour. I'm just going to make the mouth area a little bit darker so that shows up. Probably a little bit around under the mouth. It's often darker there because the fur gets wet. I'm going to add a bit of the burnt ochre, just because when these coloured dogs get like wet fur around their mouth, it often tends to discolour into a kind of orangey colour. So I'm just going to put a very light amount of that in here, and then I'll drag that down with the brush. A little bit out to the sides, and for the I might just see how that looks for a second. Just a very damp brush. I'm just going to pull this up just so it blends out, but it leaves a nice sort of creamy brown muzzle. So being careful where you get down here where you've got the more colours and the stronger colours. So I can go across here, down. Wash the brush out, dab it off with water. I'm just going to drag that down so it blends before the paint dries or the pencil dries, and just continue around just to give it a nice creamy tone to this area. Right, so we've got to that stage. What I don't like is I think he needs a bit more of some darker areas for definition. So I'm going to do that with the dark sepia, being that sort of brown grey. So the paper's dry. If you go over it when it's still wet, you're just going to add a heavy texture layer to it, so make sure before you go over it that it's all dry. So I'm just going to find again where the ear and the side of the head meet. So I'm just going to darken that. Just pull it out a little bit because I'm only just want to darken that area where it joins, and then the same on this side. So that will make his face pop forward a bit more from the ears. While I'm at it, I'm just going to do the same down here. Just adding a little section here that I will blend out with the water afterwards. Maybe just a bit on the side, like that. Also not quite happy how this section around the eyes looking, so I might just go over that. just to define that. I'm quite happy with the eyes actually. I think they're looking pretty cute. So around the eyes, a bit darker. Down here, around the snout. Right, I'm just going to see how that goes. Again, just a small amount of water so you can see what happens before you start adding a whole load of it. So just gently pull this down. I think that's looking better. Not too bad. Same here. Gently pull it down. Some can be longer, some shorter. Actually like this side better than the other. Then we also added some down the bottom, so I'm just going to add a tiny bit of water and then just try and blend it into the first layer a bit. Same here. There, a bit of pencil here. Around the eyes, same again. Teensy bit of water so you can keep a good eye on what's happening. So I'm going to soften the edge of that, so that's looking better. Just pull that across the middle. Does help sometimes if you want to turn your piece of paper around so you can get to the different sections of it easier. There, I think he needs a little bit more definition up the top, so I will go in perhaps a burnt sienna. So I'm just going to add a few like little curl sections. So like little semicircles like they're curls. It probably would be good to do it around the edge as well. Here. So this is going to give it a sense of very curly texture to his hair on his head. Okay, and I might just add a small, very light layer of that around here as well, just to give it a bit more colour. Okay, let's see how that looks. So with the fur, the curls up here, I'm just going to move the brush in that curl motion. So that will did we do that? Did some around here, so I'm blending this out very gently just so it adds a little bit of colour around his nose, but it's kind of more of a light colour, so I don't want to fill it all in. So just very gently smoothing this colour out here, same with here. Not too bad. And let's see, not real happy with that section there, so it's a little bit too dark. So I'm going to get the walnut brown and then just bring that out a little bit so it's not a harsh kind of section that's just sitting there at the bottom. Gently smooth. That's looking a bit better. Just a little bit around that edge. What else? Mind a little bit more definition just around the eyes, and then that will probably be enough. So I'm going to be pretty happy with that. There. Still not real pleased with this section. So just a very little layer right on the very edges. Although this side's not too bad. Alright, just going to add some water to that, and then I think that's where I will leave it for now. So that's, yeah, that's looking better. Pretty pleased with that. Right here. Okay, yep, that's better. And just the side of the ear. Pull that out. So pull it out, blend it on the edges, so it just looks like some darker fur. I think I'm pretty happy with that as a start. Later I will show you some more techniques for doing pets. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the other further tutorials where I'll go into more depth about how to draw pets.